90% of other bourbons are using? No, I'm not gonna do that.
We can filter it.
No.
Or go Kentucky Snow Globe and...
Kentucky Snow Globe. We've passed by it a ton of times going from distillery to distillery, but today is the first day that I have gotten to actually walk through the front doors of Jephthah Creed and actually get to taste and experience what this distillery has to offer here in Kentucky.
The bottle itself, originally the design kind of stemmed off of a design that my dad did. He had drawn out like this oval-shaped bottle with a tree embossed on the back of it. And I found that what people do with oval bottles with really long necks is, one, they don't really fit on the shelf all that well, and they end up getting turned to the side. Weird shaped bottles, while they grab your attention and they're really cool, the problem is you don't have anywhere to put them. The other thing was that I still wanted to include the tree, but I didn't want it to look like a tree, which is why you kind of have it, it's almost like a little bit avant-garde, but not quite. You've got the roots over here that then blend in over on the side, and the branches that reach up over, almost in a way, kind of like antlers, but not quite. They're reaching out toward the neck. So you've got the elements of the tree without it being slap in your face a tree. And I'm gonna spend all of this effort. We've got this heirloom corn that nobody else uses. I'm gonna spend all of this effort on the liquid, and I'm gonna put it in a stock bottle that 90% of other bourbons are using. No, I'm not gonna do that. So we went with the effort of making a custom bottle, knowing that, yeah, it's gonna be more expensive up front, but as we grow, it's not gonna be that much more expensive than a stock bottle.
This red varietal right here, this is our Bloody Butcher corn.
Okay.
So this is non-GMO and open pollinated, and it's been documented in use since at least 1845.
Wow.
So very, very old fashioned. And then open pollinated means each kernel on the cob is a seed.
Okay.
We save the seeds over the winter, plant them back the next spring, and get the same corn again. So it's very sustainable, and it makes us seed savers. We're one of the most sustainable bourbons on the shelf,
Yeah.
period, because of the corn.
Very cool.
With this red Bloody Butcher, this white heirloom corn, which is called Hickory King. And then this one, I call it Bruce's Blue because my husband's kind of developed it. And it's his cross between a couple of different blue varietals.
Cool.
So it's called Bruce's Blue, and literally blue.
So let's talk about this a little bit. Did you guys come from the corn industry first before you guys decided to do any of the bourbon world?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
My background's in chemical engineering.
Okay.
And I worked in industrial distillation for several years.
Okay.
Now my husband grew up as a dairy farmer.
Okay.
And we had a dairy of our own for a while. But there was a point where the feed bill exceeded the revenue from the milk. So like the dairy had to come to an end. We managed to hold on to the land and the tractors and the corn planters and all those pieces. So the love and the passion for the soil, for the land, is where we get our passion for our bourbon.
And so who else uses the Bloody Butcher corn?
One-off products or as a blend in some products.
But from a primary standpoint,
But from a primary standpoint, we are the only ones that we know of, and we think we're the largest grower of Bloody Butcher corn in the country.
Cool. And that's on property?
So all three are grown on our estate property within 10 miles of the distillery.
So super focused to the grain to glass.
We absolutely love the grain to glass, the farm to glass concept. That is very much about who we are.
That's awesome.
When you do come to Jephthah Creed, we do have several vehicles on the property. It is a 1915 Model T Ford. Bruce is the third owner of this vehicle. It did come off of the original Ford assembly line. All of the vehicles on the property do run. I would like to introduce you all to my four favorite coworkers. This is rye, malt, wheat, and barley. They were found when we were building one of our barrel barns. They were just kittens. They are off the clock right now, but after all the customers leave, we do close off this area and they have free run. We did have a veterinarian come on one of our tours and point out how astronomically rare it is to have four orange sisters from the same litter. because 96% of all tabby cats are male. She took pictures, posted them online, and these are our world famous cats. We do get cat lovers from all over the world that come here just to see our 4 orange sisters. And animals do love this stuff. Every harvest, we lose approximately 15% to them. But what grains Bruce does get goes directly from our farm to our grain bins out back. We do mill our corn on demand here at Jeff the Creed. It is never improperly stored. First responder, last responder, military, or veteran, if you were, I would invite you to sign our barrel there. That barrel is full of our red, white, and blue bourbon. In order to commemorate those individuals, a portion of every bottle sold throughout the entire United States goes to a veteran organization every single year. This year it is Paws of War. It is an absolutely great organization.
Scan this QR code.
Love it.
That QR code will list all of the barrels that went into this bottle so that you can scan and see if the barrel that they signed, the bourbon is in this bottle.
Cool.
Okay. And we have a line right here that if you wanted to gift it to a warrior, you could put their name on it and it says bottled for that warrior.
That's awesome.
We have family members
Okay.
who have served in the military,
Cool.
and we're very patriotic.
Yeah.
So honoring our veterans, this is something that is a true honor for us to get to do.
That's awesome. Super excited to pop up to Barrel Barn B. This is gonna be where some of the oldest Jeff the Creed barrels live. So we're gonna kind of come in here and maybe taste a couple. I don't know.
If you've ever had a banana Laffy Taffy or a butterscotch or even a Tootsie Roll before, isoamyl alcohol creates a creamy, buttery mouthfeel.
Wow.
If you would like to indulge, please.
So is this gonna be the same product that's on the shelf in the gift shop?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So at this point it is 80 proof, but all of our vodka comes off of the still at 193 proof.
It's pretty amazing. It's, yeah, it's like a dessert.
Yeah, to point out the color. To me, it almost looks like a syrup or a coffee.
Is that pretty consistent with some of the
Yes.
stuff you're pulling? Yeah, it's awesome.
And why we utilize Kelvin Cooperage is they use the traditional method of charring barrels. That's by burning new barrel cuts as well as by burning old barrels that can no longer hold liquid and can't be sold into the secondary cask aging market.
Delicious. There's a grain forward aspect to this that's really nice. It's inviting to the point where it's I don't know, but it's unique. It has a little bit of a funk that you don't get from a lot of different profiles. That's really, really nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is the creed, and Jeff the Creed always drink responsibly.
So what I have for you guys here today is we have our barrel-aged Old Fashioned. We put all of our ingredients in about a 10 to 15 gallon barrel, let it age outside for about a month and a half, 2 months. You get a really nice, smooth, flavorful cocktail out of that. We use our 4-grain bourbon. We also use our house-made black walnut bitters for that as well.